Hi everyone, this is Kelly Pappas from Realty One Group Capital, also known on YouTube as Eat Shop Live Nova. If you are a buyer and you are looking for a home in Northern Virginia or any place that is competitive, meaning if you like that home, you can better guarantee that guess what, other buyers are going to like it too, and you might be competing. So if you are competing for a home, no one likes to lose. I especially don't like to lose. So I'm going to give you some tips to help you win that contract. If it's your dream home and you really want it, you have to go for it. And there are a few things that can ensure that maybe you will win, right? You can't always win, but hopefully you have a realtor that you trust, knows the market, and is going to help you compete as best you can for that home. First thing I would say, make sure your realtor is a great communicator. You want to make sure, I always call the listing agent. I want to know what the seller is looking for as far as terms. When would they like to settle? Sometimes it's not just about price. You have to remember that if you're competing for a home, sometimes it's about terms, it's about contingencies. So one thing I would say is ask them, when do they want to settle? The buyer's agent should call that listing agent and see, do they need a rent back? That's also very important. Maybe the seller can't, close in 20 days and move out. Maybe they need to stay there until they can find another home. So those are things I would think about. When the buyer's agent is writing the contract, there should be no mistakes. All the blanks should be filled in. Everything that the buyer's agent can fill out should be. All my realtor friends are nodding because it's true. It's annoying to be a listing agent and have to kind of go back through. You should already ask for the conveyances for the list, so there should be no issue with conveyances on your offer. The next thing I would say, make sure your earnest money deposit reflects how badly you want this home. You don't want to give a little tiny earnest money deposit if you really want it. So remember I said that. The other thing I would do, I would have my lender, if I was a buyer, I would have my lender call the listing agent. The listing agent does not get to decide who gets to, win the contracts. It's the seller. However, the listing agent is representing the seller and they're going to give all the information to the seller. So have the listing agent or have your buyer's agent, talk to the lender, make sure the lender calls the listing agent, set their mind at ease. If the sellers want to close in 21 days, if your lender can do it, make sure you put that seller's mind at ease and say, yes, we can close in 21 days. We can have the appraiser out there as soon as possible. Those are things that you want to think about. I would say also, do not forget, this is very, very important. You do not want to go into a competitive situation and not put in an escalation clause. Escalation has to be proven. So the listing agent can't all of a sudden escalate the price of your contract without having another contract to put it in escalation. So don't be scared of it. Your agent should be recommending, if you're competing, an escalation clause. It's very, very important. So those are the things. I also would have to say, if you really want a home, what are you willing to pay for it? What are you willing to give up? If a home inspection is important to you, but you're competing, you might not be able to ask for the sellers to repair anything. It might be for void only. Right? So you have to think about that. You also have to think about, there are many times the buyer will waive appraisal because, first of all, they know it's going to appraise close to what that list price is. If it bumps into escalation, you just have to think about what you're willing to pay. Are you going to be mad at yourself if you don't get this home? So there are things you can do. I'm excited for you. It's going to be a busy weekend of open houses. So go look. Interest rates are at a wonderful low interest rate right now. So don't be scared of it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Kelly Pappas, Realty One Group Capital. Happy shopping. Ciao.